Shall we begin? Be warned, I'll not go easy on you.
Let neither side hold back. My blade sings! My blade sings! Impressive. I shall have to try something different. No quarter. Have a taste. I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I. Prepare yourself! Very well. Let us move to the final trial. Break your chains, shed your burdens, and show me your strength of will! You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough. Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azam when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, her strength was astounding. As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys. Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you. A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
Argos will soon have us standing on the very spot where the media made their departure to the night sky. With luck, we will learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion. Then we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us rather than against us. Let us move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That will allow Argus to catch the currents of the rising up from below, and give us a smooth ride over to the isle. Onto Argos' back and we can be off. You know, I honestly cannot remember the last time he carried anyone but me. Isn't this pleasant? Argos certainly seems to think so. What's the name of that tree? Notiferia. Quite a striking specimen, is it not? Brace yourself for the landing. I wouldn't want you tumbling off at the last moment.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before? So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you. Come and stand before me. There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory. The second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness. Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Yes. Good tidings at long last. Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea. Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all. And I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life. Meteon, though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps... A flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
So, what is your opinion?
I couldn't just say by this moment alone.
As you say, that was hardly conclusive. Yet based on what we witnessed, I find it difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life. Be that as it may, we cannot rule out the possibility that they will play a part in bringing about the final days, perhaps unwittingly. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing a solution. Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
There are any number of places where Hermes might be in Elpis. But we could do worse than to look in Cactisus Hypobaria, the largest facility. It stands in Ethosoliticos, Boreas, the Northern Isle. I wonder, Sarah, for an institution which claims to studiously research every specimen destined to release in the world, do not question how they find room for them all on so few islands. The answer lies within Cactisus itself. I just touched upon the practice before back at the archives, where vast areas stitched together out in multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environments. It is there, within those sprawling habitats, that the chief overseer and most of Alpha's observers conduct the bulk of the work. Come, the simplest route is via the Aeneas north of Oikos. You're a visitor too, aren't you? Perhaps you might be willing to help me, then. Did you happen to see a blue-haired woman in the area? She wouldn't have been wearing a mask. I see. She and I are students of the Academia I need her, and we had intended to spend our downtime visiting Elpis together. We were just on our way when she realized she got something back in the Anagoras, so she ran back. And that was the last I saw of her. She could be a bit, how should I put it, scatterbrained, so she may have simply gotten lost on her way back. I would rather not search for her myself, for what if she comes back while I'm away? So, if it isn't too much trouble, perhaps you would be so kind as to look for her? Like she won't be wearing a mask, and so should stand out a touch. We'll find her in the area of Ptolemethus Notos in all likelihood. If you do come back across her, could you help her out for a bit? See if she makes it back? is a pickle. Whatever might you do? Hmm? Please tell me you're here to deliver a message from Claire. You are a familiar, yes? Aslan's familiar. Oh, and I do like the name, Sarah. But if you belong to Aslan, then why does it become a visitor from Alma? He was meant to arrive some time ago. Wildlife subjects have become accustomed to the presence of long-term observers, but when someone from outside Outpost comes to visit, their actions can be somewhat unpredictable and occasionally violent. You're so kind as to reject a clown and see no harm has befallen him. Visitors don't wear masks, so he should be easy to spot. If you do happen to find him in the process of being mauled, you have my permission to terminate the offending subject. Safety first. Thank you for taking with the initiative. I wasn't sure about the etiquette of destroying a creature under observation. I'm Cleon, recently arrived from Outland. I assume Myra sent you to fetch me. I see. Well, we had best not keep her waiting any longer. Fear not, I will avoid upsetting any more of the local inhabitants. Yes, can I help you? Oh wait, do you need distraction somewhere? Not to be rude, but I beg you, ask someone else. I happen to be lost myself. What was that? A woman asked you to come and find me. I'll be my friend, no doubt. Embarrassing. I'd hope to keep this hopeless distraction side of myself under wraps. I feel terrible leaving her like that, but I've clean forgotten a task from one of the professors. I rushed to collect the item I was asked for, which I found thankfully, but I'd rather turn around when attempting to return. But don't you worry about me, I'll do the find my own. Now if I'm right, then following the sword in ease will lead me to a teleporter. I know. I have business with a friend anyway, I can escort you. You mean it, truly? Well, that is, if you're heading that direction anyway, I don't see any reason I shouldn't tag along. Oh no, please, after you. If I'm able to get as far as the teleporter that connects to Point 9 Oikos, I should be able to make the remainder of the trip on my own. Now then, would you mind? What a relief to see a familiar sight. Should be alright without you now. After all, it's just a straight shot from here to Puerto Nagos. Goodness dear, if I'm going to get from my friend. I've kept her waiting far too long. But I really should hear her. She's owed an explanation and a heartfelt apology. Do come and see us, though. I'd like to thank you properly. I should have been upfront with my friend and simply told her why I went back. My blasted pride often gets in the way. Thank you for your help. Truth be told, when my friend first dashed off, I had assumed it was because she forgot some aside from Metron. Lo and behold, I was right. We're starting at the words of Metron and Neck and Eater, learning all we can about the engendering the aquatic life that Safe Cell mastered. Honestly, though, I have no idea why Metron would ask me to procure a flower of all things. And one that's understood during testing Elvis. It's very beautiful, yes, but what does that have to do with ichthyology? Well, nothing, but that's the point, surely. Must be intended as a present. What meant for Logos? Metron is hopelessly enamored, as we all know. You do? Well, that's certainly news to me. Though now that you mention it, I suppose I should see sparks between them. I wonder why I never noticed before. That settles it. We need to hurry back and begin an in-depth observation of the romantic entanglements. I can't believe we wasted all this valuable research time lost amongst the trees. And I would have wasted even more if not for you, good lady. Now that my friend and I are together again, we can get back to the academy and deliver the flower to Metron before it wilts. Before we rush off, a reward. You certainly deserve it. Unlocked a few more quests. Sarah, thank you for seeing to the safety of our guest. Indeed, my hesitancy to act would have ended poorly had your messenger not been here to shield me. And I'm certainly glad that she was. Now, shall we proceed to the business of the day? I believe you had some concerns regarding your personal creations. Yes, embarrassing as it is to admit, I was worried that the concept registered to the Bureau of the Architect may not be fit for release into the wild. Oh, you needn't feel embarrassed. You wouldn't be the first visitor we've had to express difficulty in helping their children leave the nest. We can look on them right now if you like. I should like that very much, but I do have one request. When you swooped in and rescued me from the beast, I was treated to an impressive display of battle prowess. An study of your strength and instinct would be a perfect candidate for highlighting the worth of my modest creations. I must insist you join us. What a fascinating notion. Yes, I quite agree with your assessment. Then we all go together. Whenever you're ready, sir. Ah, good. The Naos acknowledge you as my guest. You should now have the authority to use it as you wish. As for the way to Caduceus and Bavaria, we follow this path and turn left at the crossroads. Got the last one already? Okay. Here we are, the greatest research facility in Elpis. We should head inside and ask after Hermes' whereabouts. Hermes is at another facility, as we have just discovered. Furthermore, we've confirmed that his studies are into Dynamis, as well as his creation of Eaton, were entirely private pursuits. No one else we spoke to with can appear to possess the chief's depth of knowledge on the subject, and neither did we hear any tales of stolen research. Which means that if Hermes himself harbors no desire to bring down an apocalypse, then he might be recruited to help prevent one. Or so saith the illustrious Emmett Silk. According to your story, the 14 divined the connection between the celestial currents in the final days, but were never able to pinpoint the root cause of the calamity. With our people's greatest minds, not to mention Hythlodaeus' sharp eyes, committed to the pursuit of a solution, such an outcome seems inconceivable. The only possible explanation is that the nature of the catalysts are so inexplicable that even we fail to perceive it. And what better fits that description than the invisible, intangible Dynamis? Which in turn leads us to the next question. How did Hermes, in his role as Fandaniel, not recognize the subject of his own research? We must assume that he either knew or was unable to help, or he was otherwise prevented from identifying the cause in the first place. At this junction, all we can do is speculate. To be clear, the convocation does not tolerate acts of deception or malice. We are practiced in perceiving truth, and would have known if had Fandaniel lied to us. Hermes has no conscious wish for the world to end. Of that, I am certain. It seems there is more to the tale after all. We conducted an investigation of our own, you see. We seem to have reached the exact same conclusion. I see no reason to delay further. 'Tis time we brought Hermes into the fold, as it were. Thank you for your understanding. Save your thanks. I did not say I believed your ridiculous story, but as Emmett Zelk, I have a duty to examine any potential threat to our existence, no matter how ludicrous or personally offensive I may find it. Do not approach me, do not speak to me, and do not dare presume to treat me as a friend. I am merely carrying out my duty. How lovely, a married duo has become a quartet. Past disagreements are no reason to reject collaboration then here and now. I commend Emmett Selk for his practicality. I think the time for leisurely exploration is past. I might have a moment to adjust my vision. There he is, but the next aisle over. Eaton is with him. Hermes appears to be in the midst of an observational study, but I suggest we hurry over before they venture elsewhere. Head straight down the path. We can teleport to Mesopsis Euros from the device at the bottom of this. Mesopsis Euros is interesting that it is the only region in Elpis which lacks a researcher hub. It's largely due to the nature of its observation studies, within which they let loose creatures anticipated to be unruly and dangerous. I have also heard tell that the area is kept deliberately sparse in the event of that. But let's just say that no one should live near the naos which provides access to a certain facility. What, you expect me to praise you and your progress? On the contrary, simply surprised you made it this far. And again, even with you slowing her down, there's no denying that Vana is an accomplished researcher. Her wealth of wisdom and experience is unmatched, and her achievements in creation magics, in any field, frankly, are nothing short of extraordinary. Though the secret brilliance which sets her apart can make her motives somewhat impenetrable at times. As her student and successor puts it, she is a force of nature, so at once and so close, and at the same time so very distant. They are close by, within the Hungarian Gardens. That would be the circular enclosure you see just up ahead. Well then, Sarah, make yourself useful and bring Hermes out to us. If I were to go, he would just assume I'm observing to press him on the Fantasia matter. Of all of us present, you stand the best chance of convincing him to put aside his work for the moment. But the creations in there are not exactly... Then again, perhaps Sarah can handle it. She did survive a bout with Vana, after all. Off you go to find Hermes, but do be prepared to come to blows with the garden's denizens. Someone needs to go to the Hungarian Gardens to speak with Hermes, and that seems that Emma Cells has nominated you for the task. Sarah? Where did you come from? Sarah, what are you doing here? I thought you were keeping Hitler Days and Helmet Self company. An important matter. And unrelated to my decision on Fandango, you say? Then yes, I will come. As soon as my work here is finished. It will not be long, I promise, but you should really wait outside the garden with the others. There's no place for our idle exploration. To swoop in if need be, but it's just clear you faced your fair share of monsters and opponents. I spoke with Hermes then. And briefly entangled with the denizens of the Hungarian Gardens as well, I see. Or should I say, smell. Can I speak for certain complication members, but I, for one, am impressed with your fortitude. Well done indeed. Now that you've convinced Hermes to confer with us, let us pray things will soon take a turn for the better. For as fascinating as it would be to meet myself, who would recreate the Amaranth to the depths of the ocean, I think it's best off for all concerned if such tragic events never come to pass. Being your future or your past, assuming yours is not truly written in stone. Now you've hoped that is. Why am I always so forward thinking? I simply wish to enjoy all that life has to offer. Having said it will not be long, yes? Then we shall wait here until you returns.
Apologies for keeping you waiting. I understand there is a matter you wish to discuss.
Aye. A matter of the utmost gravity, if one can suspend disbelief. Go on then. Tell him what you told us, who you are, and why you came.
The final days.
The phenomena observed during these star-encompassing calamities is likely the product of a dynamis reaction. And none is more versed in the applications of this energy than you, Hermes. I must stress that we do not believe you would desire such destruction. We come not to lodge accusations, but to beg your wisdom. And so, distressing though the exercise may be, I ask that you share with us your opinion on the matter, on the assumption that our visitor's tale is true.
Even you, Vana. As you say, the phenomena observed in the two calamities may both be attributed to dynamis. Of note is the difference in its effect. In the first final days, it warped creation magics. In the second, it warped the people themselves. The key variable, I suspect, is the etheric density of the men of each age. As you know, ether, in essence, negates dynamis. Harboring high concentrations of ether, we ancients cannot readily manipulate dynamis, nor be manipulated by it. Therefore, rather than ourselves, the calamity affected our magics. In contrast, having been sundered, the people of the future are composed of but a fraction of our ether. Thus are they susceptible to the influence of Dynamis and its transformative potential. But that would explain only the mechanism, not the cause. Though perhaps...
What is it? Even should it be a hypothesis, we would hear it.
Dynamis is an energy put in motion by feelings. Feelings for which there must first exist a source. A source to which the victims must be attuned. One that harbors the selfsame negative emotions. Elsewise it could not be the agent of such extreme change.
So it wasn't the stagnation of the celestial currents. Someone, or something, is instigating the star's demise.
So, we've a villain on our hands after all. Any idea who or what it could be?
The celestial currents comprise the outermost layer of the star's ether, encasing it like a protective sphere.
Like ozone. Okay.
According to your tale, it was where the currents were weakest that the phenomena first manifested. If the inciting factor came from without Aetheris, then its effects would first be seen in those locations.
Greetings. Can you hear me? Do not be alarmed. I mean you no harm. I wish only to hear your words, share your feelings, know your thoughts. May we please be friends?
Meteon. What is it?
Executing scheduled task, suspending individual self and connecting to shared consciousness. Connection established. Commencing status report.
Steady, Meteon. Steady.
So scared. So lonely. The pain. It's too much. Why? Why do we... They hurt. Hate. This is wrong. All wrong.
She's gone? But how?
She has altered her etheric density in order to blend in with her surroundings, an ability for avoiding confrontation.
Most effective. Frustratingly so. I can't see her either. Not even a trace.
Stay away. Please. This is wrong. My mistake. So please.
Are you all right? In your mind? No. We only heard her speak the instant before she vanished.
Of course. When communicating without words, Meteon also employs Dynamis. That would explain why you were able to hear her, when we could not.
Then you are our best chance of finding her. Follow her voice and try to track her down. Hindered though we may be, let us split up and search as well.
Nito, where are you? Please answer me. What has happened to you? To your sisters? If I cannot perceive her either, what else have I to offer but my rousing support? Hermes is truly a master of his craft. I've strained my senses to their limits, but found nothing. You must calm your mind, and that you might hear it, that you might feel her silent voice. It seeps into my mind. Our voices reporting. No, Hermes mustn't hear them. I have to run, to hide. Greetings and salutations. Commencing report. Oh no, we can't tell them that. We must run far away. Please, don't follow me. has a futility. You have to be the one to find her, Sarah. Follow her voice. No, don't go there. How did it come to this? Is this the reason why we traveled to the stars? Why we saw all of the life forms? Is this it? Is this the answer? No! It cannot be! It cannot be! Compiling report for dissemination to Hermes and all peoples of Aetheris. Processing expedition data. Preparing profiles of intelligent civilizations. Formulating answers to the question. Finalizing report. No, Sarah, you mustn't listen. It's wrong. It's all wrong. Any sign of me? Panicked and confused, which will make it all the more difficult to predict her movements. Hermes, what do you make of this situation? Media are linked to a single mind, a shared consciousness which connects them across any distance. Suspect something has happened which disrupted its usual harmony. How might we access this shared consciousness of theirs? Much as you would approach anything seemed to be directly. In Media's case, it would mean speaking to any incarnation within physical reach. So unless we can track down the medium we just lost, we have no means to communicate with them. No way of knowing what befall her sisters, no way to provide directions or guidance. Then we have best set our musings aside and concentrate on how we might find her. Such a wall raised in that metal. We must be clever about this. It's a shame there's no registered concept we can use to create another medium. Assuming, of course, we can link her to the shared mind. But no, if a viable solution remains, we should have suggested it. In the final days, Aether's twisted by the invasion of darkness from beyond this door. The core was successful by feelings of fear, despair, and anguish. Nay, I like not the picture which emerges with these latest faces. Oh, my dear Eaton, what did you witness out there that frightened you so? Why did you seek to keep it from us? How terrible could it possibly be? My apologies, we should focus at the task at hand. Correct me if I'm wrong, but medium renders herself invisible by matching her etheric density to that of her surroundings. Does she not? If so, could we not then be certain her concealment with the servant of Eaton? Much as how MS Cloak solidified your presence when we first met you. Don't be absurd. You can hardly channel ether to a recipient whose whereabouts is hidden to you. Which is why we must all work together. Sarah will continue to search in the same manner as before, but this time with you in tow. Once she ascertains the meaning of the likely location, we proceed to reveal our railroad familiar with the swift ethereal downpour. Very clever. And thankfully she has made herself easier to capture by running towards Link. Assuming she's made visible, it should prove no great feat to hurt her to the core. Then we have a plan. Sarah and itself will be our tracker and trapper, respectively, while we others predict and obstruct medians avenues of escape. Itself and I will keep an eye on each other's ether to help coordinate our efforts. Let us be about it. Well, it seems we're partners for the time being. Let's return to where we last saw Medion and pick up the trail from there. I will keep myself in a state of awareness, ready to lay down ether at a moment's notice, meaning it falls to you to keep the way clear. This way. We'll try another route then. Why can't I fly? Why are my functions being restricted? Hey, yes, I'll just have to hide them, where no one can find me. To the lake, as if this was tiresome enough. Well, at least that open expansion will make her easy to find. We won't lose her this time. We should reach the bottom of this drop and climb down the rocks of the rocks. Don't even think of dragging me over the falls. Final days or no, if I end up drenched from head to toe, I swear I will feed you to a remote. Not here. I'm not here, please. At the rock, is she? Very well. Why can't I hide? There's no need to run, maybe. Sir, what are you saying? Everything is so faint. I'm sorry, I'm not strong enough. Stay away, I'm begging you. Don't make me say it. It will break him. His poor, fragile heart. Now we have a chance. Once the other is in position, the two of us can herd her into their midst. Is this Neos not in use? It seems to have been left in mercy of the elements. Although it bears no trace of any necessity. We move on. There, I see you.
Aha! Give chase. We shall herd her into the shelter.
Please, Mission. We must speak.
I'm sorry, Hermes. I'm so sorry. If someone can hear these words, then please. Please protect them. Protect them all. Individual self-suspended. Connection with shared consciousness stable. Our survey is complete. We shall now report our findings. All units safely arrived at their respective destinations. Seeking answers to Hermes' question, we attempted to make contact with the intelligent denizens of each star. Results are as follows, in order of numerical code. Enna. Traces of civilization found. Structures believed to have served as domiciles. No extant life forms detected. Dio. Ruined remnants of buildings scattered across star, surface of which is encased in ice. Presence of life could not be verified. Tria. Evidence of large population centers, akin to cities, recovered. No extant life forms found, only their lingering essence. Tessera. Edifices surmised to be abandoned residences found. No extant life forms detected. Deadly plague or extreme environmental degradation likely to have led to mass extinction.
They are all dead.
Octo. Star found in state of violent conflict. Contact successfully made with inhabitants, but deployment of weapons of mass destruction resulted in total annihilation of local population shortly thereafter. Inea. Star is a barren desert. No identifiable flora found. Bones of living beings resembling men discovered beneath sands, but determination regarding their intelligence inconclusive.
Remind me, Hermes, what exactly was the question you entrusted to Meteon?
I tasked her with asking what others live for. What gives their lives meaning.
Did you consider what may happen if the premise of the question is flawed? To be able to answer it, one must be living and desire to continue doing so. But if Meteon finds no living beings in the course of her journey, or none who desire to live, what then? What answers would she derive from their silence?
Meteon, enough! Suspend your mission and return hither at once.
Decapente. Local civilization once flourished under auspices of higher power. Said power later laid waste to civilization in fit of rage. Upon revealing this to me, entity elected to self-terminate in lieu of providing answer to question. No other intelligent life forms found.
Turning a deaf ear, are we? We are taking Meteon back to Amarot. As I understand, we will need her if we are to bring back all of her sisters.
Yes. Meteon. It isn't right, is it? It isn't right to turn away from the answer. Even if the answer is pain. Even if we aberrations must scream ourselves hoarse to be heard. Aye. Whatever answers we find, I will not dismiss them out of hand. These words I said to you, and I will hold myself to them.
What is the meaning of this?
You cannot take Meteon. Not until she has finished her report. All else must wait.
You fool!
Hermes means to do all that Hermes means to do is listen to Meteon's report, then it's right to do so. But once he receives his answer to this question, what then? The fate of the world may very well hinge upon the choice he makes in that moment. And we must be there when he makes it. Why, Hermes? Why could you not leave well enough alone? Will these answers assuage you the pain you feel when a creation is returned to ether? Had you never cast your cursed question to the distant stars, you may have one day learned that be at peace upon this one. Do you understand why Hermes would do this? His logic escapes me entirely. Hermes was headed to Caduceus. Considering the expansive dimensions of the place, even we may have a difficult time locating its ether. All I can say is that he came to it from the rooftop and likely arrived at the uppermost point of the facility. So, do we pursue him? Of course we pursue him! No matter what Hermes might be thinking, Meteon is a potential threat that needs to be brought under our control. The Convocation's duty to safeguard the star takes precedence over any personal stake in the matter. No, Sarah? It is clear we stand on a precipice. We have yet to determine beyond a shadow of a doubt that Meteon is the hand which steps us over the edge. Nevertheless, if we are to learn the truth of the final days, we must give chase. And even if neither Hermes nor Meteon is ultimately responsible, we cannot leave them to suffer this torment alone. Agreed on all counts. To Caduceus Hyperborea we go. Something's afoot. I mislike the look of this. I saw not out of the ordinary. Doesn't anyone know what caused it? What have we here? Excuse me, has something happened inside Caduceus? Mistress Vina, I'm so glad you're here. No one knows what prompted it, but the alarm sounded as Caduceus put under a state of alert. Procedure dictated that we evacuate immediately, and yet have yet to investigate further. This is Hermes doing, obviously. And what does this state of alert entail exactly? A field of dampening magic stripped over the entire facility, usually in response to escaping entities and the like. Caduceus scholars and observers aren't affected, but everything and everyone else is awakened to a fraction of their usual capabilities. And consider us forewarned. We do, however, have urgent business with Chief Hermes, and must enter the premises regardless. That said, if Hermes is willing to enact such measures, I wonder what other obstacles he has seen for dropping our path. What enabling spell in place would not like to be out of fighting best? And I was hardly an effective combatant to begin with. have little to offer beyond my ethereal vision. Then you would be put that talent of yours to good use. You're fairly skilled at spotting weaknesses, if I recall. Fairly skilled. Now you've gone and raised everyone's expectations. You need only make the most of your strengths, and that will fill in the gaps as required. I was once Asm, after all. It was my job to rise to the occasion, be that as defender, aggressor, or healer. I feel well better my lack of prowess already. And you, and so can impress us through your arcane majesty. Your law potentials as easily breathe. But in spells as easy as breathing, but you can also channel that power in a particular manner if you so choose, yes? Well, yes, should the situation call for it. Excellent. That should cover us on all fronts. Your tale led us here, Sarah, so it is only right you lead us now. No matter what lies ahead, we will win through to Hermes and Media. And then we will face the future together.